Hi everyone. If you have been following my channel and if you have been watching my videos, about 10 months back I created a video explaining about 3 mistakes that I made in the early part of my career. This is the video I am talking about. 3 mistakes that affected my affiliate commissions or traffic, whatever it is, my journey, the 3 mistakes in the initial parts of my journey. Please go and check it out. So one of the mistake that I discussed about is not paying enough attention towards the article structures in the beginning, keeping the long term view, because of which what happened is fewer top ranking pages were actually getting the higher traffic, which was a risk, because when any Google update hits your top pages, basically you tend to lose lot of traffic. So that was one of the risk that I was carrying, and I did realize that mistakes, and for that particular mistake which I just mentioned, I took some steps. Now after 10 months I see some results, so I thought of sharing results as well as the actions I took basically to mitigate that particular risk. Okay, this is the video I was referring, you can go and check it out. So let me get into the actual details now. So here it is, let me present it. So 3 actions to minimize the risk due to Google updates. So what was that? So this is the slide I am talking about. This is the screenshot that I presented to you or I shared with you in the month of September. So if you see here, top 6 pages bring about 45% of the traffic. So these pages were heavily ranking for a lot of keywords, and almost half of my website traffic was at that time coming from the 6 pages, though I had about 100 plus articles. So what happens is, in case if any of these pages get hit, then almost I think overall site traffic is going to get affected really badly. So that was one of the risk that I was carrying at that time. Then I took some actions which I am going to discuss in a few minutes. So how is it looking right now? So here is the latest snapshot. You can see here. So earlier, if you see it in September 2020, the top page was with bringing about 13%, followed by 877. Now here is the screenshot. The top page is only contributing about a 7% of traffic, followed by 4333. You can see it's not, none of the top pages actually into the double digits. So if I actually compare this side by side, you can see here this is the screenshot of September 2020. Altogether, top 6 pages were bringing about a 45% of the traffic, nearly half. Whereas now if you see here, after 10 months, all top pages contributing about it only 23%. So this is what actually the result of the actions I took. Now why first of all I need to really worry about whether top few pages bring more traffic or not. So here are the 2 negative effects. If you observe similar kind of a behavior for your website also, these are the possible negative impact that you may also carry, or in other words, risks that you are carrying. So first one is, most of the times when any Google core update happens, it's very rare that entire website get affected. Normally what happens is, some of your pages will get affected, and unfortunately if those pages are actually bringing you more traffic, so the entire website's traffic will terribly go down. Okay, so in few situations most of the entire website will get affected, but it's very rare. Now for example, let's see, if any Google update hits my, let's say, top 3 or 4 pages here, almost 30 to 40% of my traffic is gone. So it is as good as half of site is actually got crumbled, right? But if the same thing happens now here, even if my top 4 pages, 3 or 4 pages get affected, hardly I am going to lose about a 15% of, or 15 to 20% of traffic. Still my site still holds about a more than 80% of traffic. That is good enough for me to recover, and to recover fast and actually come back on track. But if your site is down by 50%, then I think your morale is down, your energies are down, it will have all kind of direct indirect effects. Okay, that's the first negative impact or risk that you carry when your top pages actually bring higher percentage of traffic. The second second impact is, normally when people the buyers when do the due diligence before purchasing a site, they look at these elements. So if in case in future if you want to put forward or if you want to sell your website, the buyers for surely will verify these aspects also. At least I have seen lot of buyers also in the marketplaces, they check these elements. If they see the top pages actually bringing more than 15%, 20%, it's a red flag. Then actually valuation will go down, they do some or deep dive analysis and all that. So as a standard, normally again there is no rule written, if any of your page is bringing more than 15%, I think you are in a higher risk. 10 to 15% into a moderate risk. But if none of your pages are actually bringing more than 10% of traffic, I think you are reasonably well placed. This is the typical rule of thumb or the guidelines that most of us follow. Now if you see my September screenshot, the first page is about 13%. So it is not above 15%, but still it is almost in the near amber red zone. But now if you see here, none of my pages are bringing a traffic more than 10%. In fact, first top page is only 7%. That is absolutely, it's a green, into the green. So even though 2-3 pages get impacted by any of the, because of whatever may be the reason, still I think site looks very strong. This is about site number 1 what I am talking about. So these are the two negative risks or risks that you carry. If a similar pattern is observed for your sites also, you have to take some action. So let me actually get into the details. So even if you do not have a Ahrefs, so this data, particular data, you can verify in your Google Analytics also. Go to Google Analytics and then look at you will be able to get the traffic for page wise traffic for each of your page, and you can do the similar comparison. Now let me explain the 3 steps that I took to reach to the stage that I just now discussed. Number 1, adding the new content. This most of us do. I also added new content, but what I consciously did is I actually looked at the topics that are little bit, there is some variation in the topics and all that. That's how I picked up the new content, and then I kept on adding new content which will get new traffic. So that means basically the traffic is spread across multiple pages. That's a very common, very normal, most of us also do. The next one is I split the existing articles based on some analysis. Let me show you what it is. I found some of the pages that almost 75% of the traffic is intended for that primary purpose, and there is a 25% of the traffic that is coming as the complementary. What it means is, I will give you an example. So I wrote an article explaining about a certain one of the problems, typical, I think, let me take you an example. For example, if you are facing one specific skin related problem, so I explained about that problem and then what are the possible solution, what products you can use. That's the article all about. Then what I observed is, out of all the products that I recommended, there were 25% of queries coming exclusively related to one product. So the objective of this particular article is to talk about the overall skin problem and all problems associated with that. Also I give some recommendation, but 25% of traffic exclusively coming talking about that specific one product I mentioned in that particular article. What I did was, I split this article. I kept the first, this 75% as the 25%. I actually reduced little bit of that specific product description, made some edits, and for this particular product alone I created another article where I spoke a lot more about what this product can do, how that product can be used, what are all the positives, negatives and all that. So this article has become 2. So the one article still retains that 75% of the traffic, and then the second article, apart from this 25%, started attracting another 25% of the traffic, because I added lot more content about that product than what it was there in the earlier version. This is one thing that I did about, I think for 3 articles I followed this approach and I split the articles. all those 3 were ranking in top 10 to 15 positions earlier. Now they are almost, I think, way down. Each of that traffic, each of that article gets about maybe 1%, 2% kind of a traffic. So this is the second step. Third step was rationalizing the content. So I found some opportunities where I can do a rationalization. What it means is, so for example, I had 3 articles. So there was some piece of content that was overlapping between the articles, and then I did find that the traffic gets fluctuated. Sometimes that query goes to this article, sometimes query goes to this article, something like that. So to give you a classic example, for example, I was talking about, like, let's say in one article, one method of actually solving one of your skin problem, in another article a method of solving another skin problem, like that. So in first article, while talking about all those methods, there is one small section about talking about the cost also, how much it costs. In second article also, what the same thing was there. So what I observed is, lot of times there are a very specific questions related to cost alone. So that means the user already aware of the process and all this method, but user wanted to get to know more details about the cost. So then what I did, I actually kept all these 3 articles with minor edit. That means cost perspective, I did not go into the details. Then I created an exclusive article concentrating onto the cost, not only these 3, but then I also brought in lot of other methods for which I do not have articles because I didn't find writing full content for those methods is worth, as there is enough of competition already. But from the cost perspective, I found there is an opportunity. So I created one article, the cost of various skin problems kind of thing, okay, and then I listed down all different methods. And so I'm just giving an example, that skin problem and all that, just you visualize it. Like that I created. Another opportunity was, when you go through a certain process, how long that particular process lasts. So likewise, I had multiple topics, and then the duration that particular treatment loss is another query that was constantly being asked by the users. So I created another exclusive article for that. So this basically, the wherever I found that there is an overlapping, slightly overlapping content, and there is an opportunity to make that as an independent article, I plugged them out and created an exclusive article. And in these existing articles, I actually made a minor edit so that they don't really what do you say, overlap so much. The overlap is very minimal, so that I do a interlinking. So I just mention something here and then pass the link back to the new article, which will actually hold the forte for the all that new topic related keywords. So this is the third step I took. So likewise also, I think I created some few more articles after doing this analysis. So these are the 3 things that I did. So which actually over the time, it takes about 6 months of time. Please keep that in mind. After you perform all these things, again search engines or crawlers need to crawl your old articles, new articles, need to again what happens is, in your old articles, some of these keywords will be lost. So there will be a dip in the traffic. Don't worry, as long as your new article is actually written well, then slowly basically all that lost keywords will be attracted by the new article, and you will overall site will retain the traffic, and also it will get little more traffic if you pay enough attention while creating the new content. So while creating the new content, don't limit yourself to only focus on the content that you are pulling out from the other articles. In addition to that, look at other opportunities. What are the other opportunities related to that particular micro topic to make it more a stronger article related to that particular topic. So these are the 3 steps I took, and I'm happy to see some positive results. Now at least overall site is also in much more safer position. So this is one of the reason, even in last couple of updates, I did observe that some of my top ranking pages got affected. This is one of the page, you can see here, third position, 7%, right, in September 2020. It got affected by one of the, I think, December update or May update, but I hardly had any impact because I already by that time I split the article, and also it was attracting about a 3 to 4%. Even the traffic went down, it was compensated by the other articles. So that's the basically the positive results if we can take care of these things. So these are all the details I just wanted to share. Please go and check out your Google Analytics data, and if you see this kind of a trend, then I think there is some action that you need to take. Okay. So that's all the details for today. So if you have any specific questions, please do ask in the comment section. Thanks for your time. Bye.